Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you guys are having a good end to your weekend whenever you guys are watching this. In this video, we're going to be doing our Sacred Shard pulls for the 1+1 event that's currently going on. However, I'm not going to be doing it on my own account, so I've been graciously given a couple accounts to pull for my cluster mates. So we're going to do some Sacred Shard pulls on their account, and hopefully we can get lucky and get some double gold for them. Otherwise, they are just pulling for the current Summon Rush event that we have going on right now. So as you guys know, using Sacred Shards for this makes much more sense since they're worth 500 points. There was a 1+1 for Ancients earlier, about 12 hours ago. Ancients aren't the best value for Summon Rush, as we all know, but 1+1 events are pretty juicy, especially if you're close to Mercy. For me, neither of my accounts are close to Mercy, so there's no reason to pull for Sacreds or Ancients. And the reason why I'm completely skipping this event is because I'm getting ready for the Heroes Path event, which we know is right here at the back end of the fusion. And we can basically anticipate that this is probably going to cost, my guess is between 8 and 10 Sacred Shards just for the 50 fragments. So if you guys were banking on the 50 fragments here, I would not expect them to come cheap, considering that the Summon Rush that we currently have going on, it costs 6 Sacreds already just for the 25. I would expect between 8 to 10 for the full 50 during the Heroes Path here. However, I do expect a very juicy top prize reward for the Heroes Path, possibly a 5-star R-Man Soul or a champion, some kind of guaranteed champion at the end of it. We don't know. So, but I'm preparing for this event. Also, we know that there is going to be a Titan event somewhere after or during the or near the end of this fusion that's going to go into the first week of April. My guess is it's going to start somewhere here during St. Paddy's Day weekend, so that's something to look ahead to, possibly a Titan event. And we also have a Deck of Fate event also in the list of events that will be happening. Most likely will be some sort of guaranteed champion, and most likely it will probably be for shards again. So another place where we need to save up shards. If you want to participate in everything, of course, all that stuff is optional. If you're solely focused on the fusion, I recommend doing the Summon Rush right now and then doing the Champion Chase. That's probably the cheapest in terms of overall shards, total shards, because the Champion Chase, you can do other things, pull your epics, pull your void epics, pull fragment legendaries, even just farming campaign, you can pick up champions that way, buying it from the store. You can just get them in other ways other than just shards. But that's why I'm not pulling for this current summon event. I'm getting ready for the Heroes Path, and I'm also going to be skipping the Champion Chase as well. It's a bit of a gamble. There are some negatives. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm sitting on 23 Sacreds right now, and I have 2 weeks to gather even more shards, so I should be ready for those events when it comes. But anyways, let's jump right into our two clanmates accounts, and we'll do some Sacred Shards for everybody here, so stay tuned. All right guys, so we're on my clanmates account here. Raftar, he's level 86, so definitely could benefit from pulling some legendaries here. Like I said, we have the 1+1 Sacred Shard event going on, meaning if you pull a legendary from a Sacred Shard, you're going to get an extra Sacred Shard. The chances of pulling a legendary have not been boosted, so there's only 6% chance. Keep that in mind. I mean, it's a very difficult system just to even pull a legendary. If you guys are interested in the math of actually pulling the desired champion from this progressive on a 1+1 type event, there's actually, I think, it's the first of its kind where they incorporated the extra legendary event plus a progressive event. It's actually a really good time to pull. They made it extra juicy for people. But if you guys are interested in finding out the odds, so first you take the 15. We're going to assume there's going to be 190 non-void legendaries. So we're going to do 204, so 190 plus 14 extra copies. So you have 7.35% chance of pulling your champion on the first pull. And then on the second pull, you have 20 copies of that champion. So 20 divided by 208. You can't pull the same champion twice. That's why we're only adding +4 instead of +5. So your second shard, you have 9.6%. So the first one, you have about 7.35. Second one, you have 9.6 after it's a 20x. And then when you combine the total probability of pulling that one desired champion from basically the 2 instances of the legendaries that would be popping up, you basically get 16.25% chance. So if he wants Elva, if he gets a legendary, he's going to have a 16.25% chance of pulling Elva. I mean, the odds are about as good as a 10x for void legendaries. So they're not like outrageously good, but they are good for non-void legendaries. Anyways, enough talking. I just want you guys to have some context, but let's jump right into it. We got 6 to go. This guy's got 24 sacreds. He's looking for the summon rush points. Let's do 6 for him. Best of luck, man. Thanks for letting me pull in your account. Let's go. Good luck. 6% chance. I mean, it's going to be not for sure. Not a for sure. Hopefully we get something. Come on. This guy's actually pretty good. He was nerfed before he was actually released, actually. It's one of those champions. He was like soloing Ice Golem or something by himself. Come on, let's go. Let's go. 3 halfway there. Come on, let's get Raftar something here. Alright, we got 2 more to go. Captain Tamelia. Come on. Let's get some gold here. Last one. None of these epics are good, that's for sure. Last one for Raftar. Oh, on the last one. Ray, alright. Let's go. Now it's the 20x. It's 9.6% chance here on this shard. It's not Elva. 16.25% chance overall. Could not pick up the Elva here. I mean, Ray actually hits very decent. The problem with her is that she requires the setup with the debuffs. Anything in arena where you put debuffs, obviously you got the risk of sheep, and also she requires some setup. Her base attack is not super high. I believe her base attack is somewhere around 1400, but her multipliers are very good on this move. And then this move has a little bit of utility as well, where it strips buffs and then has some CC as well. She's really good in dungeons, just for dungeon crawling, killing waves and all that stuff. Really, really strong. Even just her A1 is quite strong, so even if she's locked out, she's decent. But overall, I mean, she doesn't hit hard enough without the setup, and of course, she's going to be just a squishy nuker as well. Yeah, she's not bad, but not great. She'll definitely help in faction wars, of course, if he needs like a wave clear type champion. Narog, you know what? I used Narog a little bit a long time ago. He has a passive similar to Duchess, where he does some team-wide damage reduction, so he decreases the damage taken by all allies by 7.5%. It's not as good as Duchess. Duchess is, I believe, 25% against all AoEs, but 7.5 flat reduction is decent. He's also immune to a bunch of the CC stuff, which is kind of cool. If he's ascended, he's going to get a bit of an increase, damage reduction. It's still not as good as Duchess, I think, in my opinion, but he does have some utilities, like, you know, Duchess-esque. He's also one of the few champions with block buffs AoE. It's 3-turn cooldown. It's pretty bad considering that it doesn't really do anything else except for block buffs. And as a legendary, he probably needs this move to have a little bit more utility. But if he is your only block buff champion, he might be pretty useful for like Hydra or something, especially with his damage reduction for his whole team. His A1 basically doesn't really do anything because it's not really strong. Yeah, a little bit of an old champion, needs to be you know, buffed up or updated a little bit, but it is what it is. Might be helpful in some areas actually, but yeah, he's not going to be top priority to build or anything. Anyways, Raftar, hopefully you know, these are useful for you. Maybe they fill faction guardians or something. Thanks for letting me pull your account. I'm glad I got some legendaries for you here. So on to our next account. We'll be right back. All right, on to our next account here, clanmate Agatho, run by Cass. He's level 93. It's been on the channel a lot. So greatly appreciate him letting me pull on his account again today. He's going for the fusion. He's got 8 sacreds here. We're going to pull 6 for the summon rush points. So let's do it. This one. All right, let's do this. Best of luck, Cass. Got 6 to go. Let's go. Oh man, that's awesome. Here we go. Shamrock, let's go. Come on, let's get him something else here. Okay, let's see. Come on. Shamrock's actually pretty good. Oh, Panda. Oh my goodness, man. This, sometimes when you're pulling for these 1+1s, there's so many Legos. You have no freaking idea what you're going to get. And I mean, this guy's not going to write home about either of these champions, but definitely can find some use. Shamrock's actually particularly good in Hydra. He brings an interesting set of debuffs and buffs that are actually really good for Hydra. Increased speed here, increased defense, revive on death for a little bit of survivability. And then he also brings the decreased speed, which is really, really strong against Hydra. It is on a 4-turn cooldown, so it's not ideal. Ideally, you want it on an 8-1 or a 3-turn cooldown, but 4-turn cooldown could be a nice backup. He also brings a little turn meter boost as well. And his A1's, not very impressive on its own, but the stealing ability is actually pretty nice against Hydra, so he's actually a decent Hydra champion overall. I do have a video on him performing in Hydra, very, very strong. And I do use him once in a while too, depending on the team, especially if I have a defense-based damage dealer. Increased defense is very nice. Accuracy in all battles, very, very solid. So Panda, I did use Panda on my other account just to play test a little bit. I wasn't particularly impressed. He does bring a A1 conditional AoE decreased speed, which is basically what I was using him for. Very, very strong. And then he has a very interesting increased accuracy, increased attack here, which is not particularly common buff, but it's actually very useful, especially for Hydra. It is on a 4-turn, which kind of sucks. If it was a 3-turn, it would be a lot better. And then he has a little bit of protection with the shields and stuff. His passive is very weird and interesting and niche, but you don't find it particularly useful in many situations. Overall, he's a little bit underwhelming, but maybe Cass can find some use for him. Anyways, we got 5 more sacreds to go, so hopefully we can pull something else here. Let's go. No more 1+1, so that's going to be it, but he can still pull singles here. All right, so that's number 2. Still can pull a single legendary, 6% chance only though. Seeker, there you go. Seeker is one of the most important epic champions in the game. I'm sure he has one by now, so no need for him. Another legendary, let's go. Oh my god. Oh my good. Nogdar the Head Hunter. Nogdar the Head Hunter. I got kind of worked by this guy in live arena, like maybe once or twice. He has an interesting kit. He was recently buffed up, I think, or his kit was changed or something. But he has this thing where he, I don't know what he does. Sacrifices HP equal to 50% of this champion's max HP, then equalizes HP with the enemy target, then grants extra turn. So it's like, he kind of like swaps HP, and then he gets an extra turn, and then he can do a lot of damage. And then his passive revives his champions with 50% HP full turn meter when dead if all allies are alive. So he has like some kind of stay around mechanic, and then he can like swap your HP, get an extra turn, and just whack you. It's interesting champion. I'm not particularly, I've never play tested him myself, but I've seen him used to pretty good effect in the live arena. People are pretty creative with this guy, but I don't know. I wouldn't be too happy looking for him. He's very niche, probably arena champion. All right, 2 more to go. Let's go. 2 more sacreds for Cass here. 3 legendaries already. Definitely beating the odds. Last sacred for him. See if we can get another one. Nope, that's gonna be it for Cass. Caden, not too bad for early game carry. But yeah, 3 legendaries for him. Not the best legendaries, but it is what it is. Still 3 for 6 shards. Very, very nice. Anyways, Cass, thanks for letting me pull in your account. We actually have one more account I totally missed, and we'll be back with that one, so stay tuned. All right, guys, on to the last account here. We have Jake's account, level 98. Got some specific instructions here. He's looking down at 30 sacreds. Super juicy. He's got Duchess here for his most wanted at the 15x progressive. Minimum 6, maximum 10 We're looking for gold, but he needs to hold some of the sacreds for the future events. So best of luck, Jake. Let's do this. Thanks for letting me pull in your account. All right, let's go. Hopefully we get some gold for him. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Armina. No, thank you. Looking for gold here. Ugo, we hit the progressive, so there it is. Third sacred. Let's go. Let's get some gold here. I think we're heading towards Mercy soon for Jake. Okay, so that's the third one. Here we go. Come on, fourth one. Nothing yet. Creoldin, very, very good champion for a lot of areas, especially for Fire Knight. Come on. Come on, don't hang him out to dry. Don't hang him out to dry here. All right, let's go. Come on, don't hang him out to dry. That's 6. All right, this is 6. So let's go. We're going for 10 total. All right, come on. Come on. We're into Mercy. I think each of his shards are getting more and more percentage here. So let's see. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. This is pull number 8. Rask. Come on, let's reward Jake here. Let's reward Jake. This is number 9. Volgas. Last one. Hopefully we get it. Come on. No. All right, got special instruction to do more shards. Come on, let's go. Come on. Don't let him go so deep. He's 18 since his last Lego. He's basically committed to this 1+1 event. He has to pull for the extra Lego here, I think. So let's go. Come on. Don't drain all his sacreds. There it is. Of course. Perfect. It's on the next one. Perfect. Here we go. 9.6% chance at Duchess. Zavia coming in, and then it's a freaking grow hack. No. All right. So, I mean, Zavia, you can make some cool teams with Zavia, with the Poison Explosion team. So she kind of like a replacement for Seer. A little bit old school nowadays, but not too many comps. I think she might be able to do some really fast teams, maybe low turn count type teams. But she's definitely not super meta, I would think, right now. And then Growhawk here. Growhawk's definitely underwhelming. Underwhelming Lego champion for sure. He needs a buff, big buff. I mean, 24% against in dungeons only. We had Ray, which was 33%, which is like significantly better. Steals turn meter, places weaken on a single target. Should be AoE there. This one is just attack all enemies. Crit hit fails turn meter. I mean, it's just not enough, right? It's just not enough. He needs to hit harder or do something else. Otherwise, he's just a damage dealer. It doesn't deal enough damage. Zavi, I could see a little bit more fun to play around with if you want to build a team around her. She looks cool, of course. But yeah, I think overall, both these legendaries are not things that you probably are looking for nowadays. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Man, what a roller coaster for a lot of these guys pulling legendaries on the last shard. Like I said, it's not guaranteed, right? It's only 6% chance of pulling a legendary. But of course, if you pull a legendary, you get a double. This event's so juicy. I'm like sitting here itching, wanting to pull secrets myself, but I know it's probably the best idea for myself to hold on just for the future events coming up in the next couple weeks. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below if you guys pulled something super juicy. And yeah, appreciate you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.